Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video and a new year. It's 2026 now. Very exciting. I'm currently looking out at snowy mountains outside my window. Yeah, we've been staying with family over winter, working a seasonal job, and I'm so glad that's over and I'm so glad I'm back to my daily routine, running my vintage shop and back to these videos talking to you guys. Anyways, enough of me yapping. Let's get in to my 2026 fashion trend predictions. Obviously, some of these are going to be currently trending. Fashion is cyclical. You've probably seen these before. That's just the nature of it. I'd love to hear if any of you guys agree, disagree, or if you think I've missed an important trend. I'm always open to new ideas and constructive criticism. So, yeah, these are just things that I've noticed, and some of these things are just things that I want to be trending that maybe won't be. I also just want to preface that this is not me encouraging people to buy into micro trends or to buy into trends that don't suit your personal fashion style. It's just something that I enjoy looking into, talking about, researching. And I don't personally like all of these trends and I won't be buying into all of them. At the end of the day, I support shopping sustainably and mindfully and not over consuming. And that's definitely one of my New Year's goals, is to not over consume. Even if it's through like Vinted and Depop, you can still overconsume when you're buying vintage and secondhand. It's just something to be mindful of when looking into these trends. The coolest thing you can possibly do is have your own personal style and not be influenced by trends. But yeah, let's get on with the trends. The first one I have to talk about is one that I think I'm seeing most prominent in all the trends that are coming through. I noticed it maybe like halfway through last year, but I feel like it's sort of snowballing now and becoming more of a universal trend. And this is bringing your personal style into the gym. I love this trend. I feel like I don't know why I never thought to dress sort of similar to how I dress outside of the gym in the gym. I've always seen gym wear as just a very functional thing and have sort of conformed to like the mainstream gym aesthetic, which I think is very like clean girl and a little bit basic. Nothing wrong with that. If that's your style, that's cool. It's just not mine. I've never really felt comfortable in it. And it's only when I started wearing my everyday t-shirts, layering t-shirts, wearing capris, things like this, did I start to feel more comfortable in the gym. And I think for me personally, how I feel in my outfit affects how I feel in general. So if I feel like I look really cute, I'm gonna have a really nice workout, feel really good because I'm thinking like I look good, you know? I'm gonna try not yap about one topic for too long, but it's really hard for me because I'm a yapaholic. So moving on, okay? Next one, wearing lingerie over your clothes. This is not something I've seen so much in day-to-day wear, but I've seen people sort of showing their underwear more, whether that's with sheer clothing or low backs, low v-necks, making a cute bralette a staple piece. And I feel like lingerie over clothes is the next step in that development. I've seen this through like concert wear, especially in like Doja Cat's stage outfits and also on red carpets and a little bit in runway. I think this can be done really easily in daily wear with things like maybe wearing a mini slip dress over jeans, even a bra over a t-shirt. I love this. I think it's really fun and it's taking lingerie from being this like sexualized thing into something that is a fun, playful styling piece in everyday fashion. It's so gorgeous and there's such like well-made fabrics in lingerie. It seems a shame to keep that hidden from the rest of the world. Do you know what I mean? I did also just mention open backs and low v necklines. I've seen a trend in these, like especially like open back All Saints tops and the Hannah Creek striped tops with the low open back. I love the simplicity in the front and party in the back kind of vibes. Also, Knee High have done a really low V neckline dress. This is more of like a subtle just styling element that I've noticed. I've seen a few people turning their jeans inside out. Quite a few brands have been making inside out looking clothes. Then I've seen some like inside out trousers that have been made to look like that. I don't think it's like super inventive. I love the idea of upcycling things. I absolutely support reworking and reusing and reimagining pieces that you already have in your wardrobe. I just don't really like the trend of like the inside out. Speaking of the knee high dress, they've had a few pieces that are indicative of sailor style. This is definitely something that is coming round. We've seen with the sailor beanies, but now sailor hats are in. I feel like this is a micro trend. This is very, very niche. And if we start to see fast fashion brands making this, I can only imagine how quickly these pieces are going to end up in landfill or on Vinted. It feels very dress up. Well, I might as well mention pirate boots now, following the sailor theme. I love pirate boots. Obviously, not like a whole pirate aesthetic. Again, very dress up. I know these like saggy, slouchy, vintage leather boots. Mwah. Love. I want something suede. I want something slouchy. I want something fun, something I can tuck a jean into. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That trend never really sat with me. I think it looks good on some. I do it on myself. And I don't think it looks good. I've also noticed fur necklines and fur details coming in. Susie Lola actually sparked my interest in this. She was talking about her like obsession with a fur thing wrapped around her neck, you know, like a scarf kind of thing. This gives me very like regal old money vibes. Miu Miu just released thick like fur neck scarf. I just hope people are being mindful about buying real fur and buying faux fur. Faux fur doesn't last very long. It's plastic. It's very bad for the environment. If you're buying fur, try buy it secondhand or vintage. There's so much out there to go around. I don't know if I'll be buying into it. I love the trench coats with the fur neckline, but I just don't think it really suits my personal style. I think I'd love to accumulate more pieces with fur details in weird places, but I'm not sure what that looks like yet. This one's more something just for me. Detachable collars. I'm thinking like the 2010s, like the tie-on, like cottagey collars were really in. Obviously the 2010s are back. 2026 is 2010 basically, but I'm thinking like more like circus Victorian vibe collars. I feel like this is really fun to pair these with like a normal outfit, and I recently have been reaching for pieces but wishing for a high neck. I've been a little bit ill, it's cold, I don't have many scarves that go with my wardrobe. Great way to make something high neck when it's not. Also, it's like wearing jewelry, but like functional jewelry, you know? High collared jackets have definitely been in for the last year, so I feel like this is kind of a natural development from that. I know like high neck tops are becoming more prominent, but this is a great way to make all of your tops high neck and a little bit more interesting without buying a whole new wardrobe. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for people styling that. I hope that like comes about more. Going back to analog, this is a thing that I've seen. This is a big thing. I've seen it quite a lot. I didn't see it at all and then just flooded with it. I don't know if that's a massive, massive micro trend. Wearing iPods as accessories and old school technology as accessories and listening to iPods again in general have been very in for the last like few years. Wired earphones have been very in. Cool girls now wear wired earphones instead of Bluetooth. Recently, I've seen quite a lot of videos of people sort of raising their kids analog, like raising 90s kids, how to go back to analog. I think it's this idea like people are looking for something like tangible and real that they can really have when it comes to like media, like a DVD, a magazine, a CD. Where everything is digital, it's sort of become like really distant from us. I completely understand this, especially as someone who grew up with all of those things as well. But I don't know if this is just like a massive micro trend because we're so reliant on digital media and social media, the accessibility of it. So I think people are far too reliant on that for this to actually become like a solidified trend that people consistently follow, like big groups of people. But it's a nice idea and I understand the reminiscence of it. a lot to do with like social and fashion trends at the moment is reminiscing the good old days. That's more of like a social trend, I guess, but I think it comes into fashion as well. 80s colors and silhouettes. This was seen quite a lot on runway. I think also the personal style and gym wear can sort of link into this. The 80s had very fun active wear, so I wonder if we'll see more of that this year. Shoulder pads and structured blazers. I've also seen a lot of influencers styling bold primary colours. I'm interested to see how this takes place in the modern day. I am not too keen on the 80s sound, but we'll see. Maybe a modern swing on it is just what we need. I think more of a focus on quality materials. This is definitely a personal thing. Over the last couple years, I've really been focusing on buying quality materials, natural fibers, better for the environment. Obviously, always trying to shop these vintage or secondhand if possible, or at least shop small. I think this is sort of like combating the Sheen era that we're in, of fast fashion, where everything is terrible quality and falls apart really quickly, focusing on materials that will last decades, not months. Upcycling and DIY, things like badges, buttons, cutting up your tops that you don't wear, anything to make something usable that you no longer use or to give something new life. Clothes made out of fruit or organic matter, especially like in terms of like faux leathers. If you're looking for faux leathers, organic fruit made leather is a great option. Until last year, I didn't even know this was a thing. I feel like it's a fairly new development, but I think it's really, really fun, very sustainable, very, very slay. Right. These low hanging crotch trousers, I don't know what you call them, but they kind of look like male Victorian underwear. Do you know what I mean? Like the whatever you call them. I don't like these. Like that person that can wear anything and they look good? That's who they look good on. I just don't like the trouser itself. I don't like the sag in the middle. It's giving like harem. I don't think they're gonna last. I think they're a micro trend. Last but not least, functional fashion. Vibram shoes and other hiking wear coming into fashion. Rain jackets have been in this year. I feel like it is very important to mix fashion with function because that way you have a mostly wearable wardrobe for all occasions rather than having sort of two wardrobes, one for function and one for fashion. I've definitely yapped on for long enough about my 2026 fashion trend predictions. Let me know if you disagree, agree with anything I've said. Let me know if you've got some that I haven't mentioned. Yeah, I want to know what you guys think. I'd love to discuss this more with people in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.